Hello everyone, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we are going to explore together the incredible story of one man preparing for a silent, desperate battle against a centuries-old darkness, risking everything to resurrect an abandoned ruin into a home. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on our upcoming videos. Before the first light of dawn could pierce the heavy mist of the valley, the century-old abandoned house stood like a silent sentinel against the fading night. For generations, the locals had whispered about this place. They said the timber was cut from a sacred grove, and the stone foundations were laid by men who knew the secrets of the earth. It had sat empty for decades, a decaying monument to a forgotten era, its windows like hollow eyes staring into the wilderness. But now, it had a new master. Jack, a man of relentless ambition and quiet tenderness, had claimed it. He wasn't just renovating a structure, he was attempting to resurrect a ghost. And in doing so, he was about to unravel a mystery that had slept soundly beneath the dust of 100 years. The early autumn breeze carried a deceptive chill, weaving through the dense foliage of the emerald orchard. Tu Tien stood perfectly still, her breath misting faintly in the cool morning air. Around her, the custard apple trees swayed rhythmically, heavy with the first ripe fruits of the season. To anyone else, this was merely a harvest. But to Tu Tien, this orchard was a living, breathing entity, a legacy passed down through a lineage of women who understood the language of the soil. She reached out, her slender fingers brushing the pale, textured skin of a perfectly ripe fruit. As she plucked it from the branch, a strange, inexplicable coldness tingled at the tips of her fingers. She paused, her heart skipping a beat. Lately, the orchard felt different. The shadows stretched a little longer, and the wind seemed to carry faint, melodic hums that she couldn't quite place. She carefully placed the fruit into her woven bamboo basket, which was already heavy with the morning's bounty. She needed this harvest to be successful. The coins she would earn today were not just for daily survival. They were the silent contributions to a much larger secret dream she shared with Jack. But as she knelt to pick up a fallen leaf, her eyes caught a glimpse of something half buried in the dark earth, near the roots of the oldest tree. It was a small, tarnished, metallic object, intricately carved with symbols she had never seen before. She quickly slipped it into her pocket, a shiver running down her spine. What secrets was the earth hiding? With a deep, steadying breath, she hoisted the heavy basket onto her shoulders and began her long trek to the bustling market, carrying both the weight of the harvest and the mystery of the unearthed artifact. Miles away, the air was thick with the intoxicating scent of raw timber, sawdust, and polishing oil. Jack stood in the center of a dimly lit labyrinthine furniture store, his sharp eyes scanning the myriad of wooden creations. He wasn't looking for just any bed. He was looking for the anchor of his future home. An older woman, the shop proprietor, emerged from the shadows. Her eyes clouded with age but piercing with ancient wisdom, studied Jack intently. "You seek something that endures," she rasped, her voice like dry leaves scraping across a stone floor. Jack nodded, his jaw set with determination. "I need something strong, for a house that has stood for 100 years." The woman's expression shifted, a flicker of something akin to fear crossing her weathered face. "The old estate on the hill. You were the one trying to wake it." "I am renovating it, yes," Jack replied calmly, though his curiosity was instantly piqued. Without a word, she led him to the back of the shop, pulling away a heavy canvas tarp to reveal a magnificent 1.8-meter mahogany bed. The wood was dark, almost hypnotic in its depth, and polished to a mirror-like finish. "This mahogany," she whispered, tracing the intricate grain of the headboard, "was harvested from the very same forest that built your house a century ago. Some say the trees there remember everything. They absorb the joy, the sorrow, and the secrets of those who sleep upon them." Jack ran his calloused hand over the cool, smooth wood. He felt a strange vibration, a resonant hum that seemed to echo in his very bones. He pictured Tu Tien lying here, safe from the world. "I'll take it," he said firmly. 3 million, you said? Yes, the old woman agreed, taking his money with a trembling hand. But be warned, young man. When you bring the wood of the past into a house that remembers, you are not just buying furniture. You are completing a circle. Ensure your heart is pure, for the house will test you. Jack left the shop with a receipt in his hand and a storm of questions in his mind. He was building a sanctuary, but what exactly was he inviting into it? The village market was a chaotic symphony of human survival. The blazing midday sun beat down relentlessly, but Tu Tien stood her ground, an island of serene grace amidst the turbulent ocean of haggling voices, clinking coins, and the heavy scent of raw fish and ripe fruit. Her stall was busy. Customers flocked to her, drawn by the unparalleled sweetness of her custard apples and the gentle, magnetic warmth of her smile. She moved with practiced efficiency, weighing bags, handing over change, her mind simultaneously calculating profits and drifting toward Jack. 25,000 a kilo, ma'am, Tu Tien said smoothly, handing a plastic bag to a hunched elderly woman. The woman took the bag, but her grip lingered on Tu Tien's hand. Her skin was ice cold, contrasting sharply with the sweltering heat of the day. The old woman leaned in close, her milky eyes fixing on the pocket where Tu Tien had hidden the strange metallic object she found in the orchard. "The soil yields what was buried," the old woman whispered, her voice barely audible over the din of the market. "And the house on the hill is hungry for the light. Tell your man to be careful where he drives his nails. Some walls are meant to stay sealed." Before Tu Tien could react, a crowd of noisy buyers surged forward, demanding her attention. When she looked up again, the old woman had vanished completely, swallowed by the sea of people. Tu Tien's heart hammered against her ribs. How did the stranger know about the house? And what did she mean about the sealed walls? The mundane reality of selling fruit suddenly felt like a fragile veil covering a terrifying, thrilling unknown. The sun began its slow descent, casting long, menacing shadows across the town. Jack pushed open the door to a cramped, dusty electrical supply shop. The walls were lined with spools of wire, looking like the metallic veins of some mechanical beast. He needed light. The century-old house was suffocating in darkness, and Jack was determined to be the alchemist who brought the sun indoors. He meticulously selected 20 meters of heavy-duty cable, sturdy sockets, and a dozen high-wattage LED bulbs. The shopkeeper, a frantic-looking man with grease-stained fingers, tallied up the items. "That's a lot of wattage, friend." "Lighting up a stadium?" "An old house," Jack replied, his mind preoccupied with the structural layout of the estate. "Which one?" "The old estate on the hill edge." The shopkeeper stopped dead, the roll of tape dropping from his hand. "You're the one," he muttered, wiping his brow nervously. "Listen to me. My grandfather used to do repairs up there, 50 years ago. He said the darkness in that house isn't just an absence of light. It's heavy, like it actively pushes back against the bulbs." He went up there one night to fix a fuse and came back with his hair completely white. He never spoke of what he saw. "Oh." Jack stared at the man, a cold thrill of adrenaline rushing through his veins. He wasn't a man who believed in ghost stories. He believed in voltage, hard work, and the reality of his own two hands. Yet, the warnings were piling up. He grabbed his heavy bags of supplies, his jaw clenched tighter than before. "Then I guess I'll just have to bring a brighter light," Jack said, turning on his heel and walking out into the gathering dusk. Twilight descends rapidly in the valley, painting the sky in violent shades of bruised purple and bleeding crimson. Tu Tien hurried along the winding dirt path toward home, the empty bamboo basket bumping lightly against her hip. The strange artifact in her pocket felt heavier now, almost warm to the touch. The ominous words of the old woman at the market echoed relentlessly in her mind. As she approached the property line, the silhouette of the century-old house loomed against the darkening sky like a sleeping giant. Through the shattered glassless windows, she could see the faint, flickering glow of a temporary flashlight. Jack and the father were inside, battling the shadows. She paused at the edge of the property, her breath catching in her throat. The atmosphere around the house was intensely thick, charged with an unnatural static electricity that made the hairs on her arms stand up. She wanted to run in, to pull Jack out, to show him the artifact and tell him about the warnings. But as she watched his muscular silhouette moving tirelessly through the gloom, hauling heavy cables with sheer, unwavering determination, a profound wave of love and respect washed over her. He was fighting this battle for them. To interrupt him now with superstitions would only burden him. With quiet resolve, she stepped back into the safety of their current, smaller kitchen nearby. She would build a fire. She would cook a meal so warm and grounding that it would tether his soul to the present, no matter what horrors the past tried to conjure. Inside the belly of the ancient house, the air was suffocatingly stale, smelling of dry rot and forgotten decades. Jack balanced precariously on the top rung of a creaking wooden ladder, his hands moving with the precision of a surgeon. Below him, the father held the base steady, his weathered face etched with deep lines of concern. "Just one more connection," Jack grunted, stripping the end of a copper wire with his teeth. The house seemed to groan in response. A sudden, unnatural draft swept through the grand hallway, extinguishing their temporary flashlight. Total, suffocating darkness instantly swallowed them. It was a darkness so absolute, it felt like a physical weight pressing against their chests. "Jack," the father's voice trembled slightly in the void. "Hold steady." "I've got it," Jack replied, his fingers working entirely by touch. As he twisted the final wires together, he felt a strange sensation, a cold breath against the back of his neck, followed by a faint, whispering sound that seemed to emanate from the solid brick wall beside his head. It sounded like a voice, desperate and pleading. Jack's heart pounded like a war drum, but he refused to yield. He reached down blindly and found the main heavy-duty switch he had wired to the temporary generator. "Let there be light," Jack whispered, and he slammed the heavy switch upward. A deafening crack echoed through the house, followed by a blinding, brilliant explosion of pure white light. The Ly bulbs flared to life simultaneously, instantly vaporizing 100 years of darkness. The sudden illumination was so intense that both men had to shield their eyes. When Jack finally lowered his arm and looked around, the breath was knocked completely out of his lungs. The light didn't just reveal dust and cobwebs. Illuminated in the stark, unforgiving glare was a massive, intricate mural covering the entire ceiling of the grand hall. It depicted a sprawling emerald orchard, identical to Tu Tien's, but in the center stood a towering figure holding a metallic artifact. But that wasn't what made Jack's blood run cold. At the far end of the hallway, the intense light exposed a section of the wall where the plaster had crumbled away, revealing the outline of a heavy, iron-wrought door. A door that was not on any of the original blueprints. A door that had been intentionally sealed away behind solid brick. And from behind that iron door, Jack could hear a slow, rhythmic tapping. Jack descended the ladder in stunned silence. He and the father exchanged a look of pure, unspoken shock. They didn't approach the iron door. Not tonight. The sheer adrenaline of the discovery was too much to process. Leaving the lights blazing, a defiant beacon against the encroaching night, they walked back to the small, cozy kitchen where Tu Tien was waiting. The transition from the haunted majesty of the ancient estate to the rustic, steaming warmth of the kitchen was dizzying. Tu Tien had prepared a feast of survival. A rich, golden pumpkin soup, crisp salted eggplants, and a large, savory braised fish. The fire cracked merrily in the hearth, a stark contrast to the cold electricity of the house next door. Jack sat down, his hands still trembling slightly, coated in century-old dust. Tu Tien immediately noticed the pale, distant look in his eyes. She placed a warm bowl of soup in front of him, her fingers gently brushing his. "Did you finish the wiring?" she asked softly, her eyes searching his face. "I did," Jack replied, his voice barely above a whisper. He looked at the woman he loved, the woman he was building a kingdom for. He wanted to tell her about the mural, about the hidden door, about the tapping. At that exact moment, Tu Tien reached into her pocket. Her fingers wrapped around the cold metallic artifact she had found in the orchard. She looked at Jack, her heart beating wildly. She wanted to tell him about the old woman at the market, about the warning, about the strange key-like object she had unearthed. But as they locked eyes across the dinner table, the comforting aroma of the pumpkin soup enveloping them, both of them chose silence. The sanctuary of this simple meal was too precious to shatter with the terrifying mysteries of the outside world. The father laughed heartily, breaking the tension, completely oblivious to the silent, electrifying secret passing between the young couple. "Tomorrow," the father declared, raising his glass of water, "the new bed arrives. We sleep in the grand house tomorrow." Jack managed a tight smile, nodding slowly. "Yes, tomorrow." Tu Tien gripped the artifact in her pocket tighter. Jack stared out the window toward the blazing lights of the ancient estate. They were eating in the warmth of the present, but they both knew, with absolute terrifying certainty, that tomorrow they would have to open the doors of the past. The house was awake now, and whatever was waiting behind that iron door had been waiting for 100 years. This video follows the compelling journey of Jack, a man who steps away from the relentless, chaotic noise of the city streets to embark on a highly monumental mission. Entering a quiet electrical supply store, he methodically and carefully selects heavy copper wire and lead bulbs. While these items may look like cheap, basic mechanical supplies to a casual observer, to Jack, they are powerful tools essential for a crucial battle. He is preparing to confront the suffocating, centuries-old darkness of an abandoned, decaying ruin. Driven by a profound desire to reclaim the property from moss and dust, Jack is motivated by his deep love for Tu Tien. Despite the immense, crushing pressure of solely shouldering their entire future, he transforms this heavy burden into an unstoppable driving force to brilliantly awaken the pitch-black void.